I was excluded from the family trip to Hawaii. Then my aunt called asking why her card declined at the resort. What do you mean it declined? She snapped. Fix it, now. I was at my desk, 3 months into my new job as the family accountant, the position my father created for me after I graduated with my finance degree. I'll look into it, I said calmly. Here's what they didn't know. For the past 8 years, I'd watched my extended family take lavish vacations while my immediate family scraped by. Every Christmas, every summer, they'd return with stories while we stayed home. My parents never complained, just smiled and said we couldn't afford it this year. When I was 16, I found out why. My grandparents had set up trust funds for all the grandchildren, $50,000 each for college. Mine was empty. Dad had borrowed it to bail out my uncle's failed restaurant, then my aunt's mortgage, then my other uncle's gambling debts. Each time they promised to pay him back, they never did. My college fund became everyone else's safety net. I worked 2 jobs through university, lived in a basement apartment with black mold, ate ramen for months. Meanwhile, my cousins partied on spring break and drove new cars their parents bought with money that should have been locked away. When I graduated, Dad offered me the accountant position. Keep it in the family, he said. What he meant was I understood how to stay quiet while they kept taking. For 3 months, I studied every account, every transaction, every loan that was never repaid. I documented everything. Then I did something they never expected from quiet, obedient me. I froze every account I had access to. My aunt's call was just the beginning. Within an hour, my uncle called about his mortgage payment bouncing. Then my cousin about her credit card. Then another aunt about her car payment. One by one, they all called, furious and confused. My phone buzzed with a text from Dad. Office. Now. When I arrived, the entire family was waiting. 12 of them, all shouting over each other. My aunt waved her phone. You've destroyed our vacation. The money's gone, I said simply. All of it. The room went silent. My father's face turned purple. What did you do? I pulled out a folder, thick with printed statements and loan documents. I transferred everything into a restricted account, the same type my college fund should have been. You can't do that, my uncle sputtered. That's our money. Actually, I said, flipping through the papers, a lot of it is my money. The money you borrowed and never repaid. With interest, you owe me $73,000. I watched them realize I'd been keeping score. Every dollar they'd taken, every promise they'd broken, every vacation they'd enjoyed while I worked overnight shifts to afford textbooks. This is family, my father said quietly. We don't keep tabs. You're right, I agreed. We don't. But I'm not family anymore. I quit. I placed my keycard on the table. My youngest cousin, Ivy, who'd always been kind to me, looked stricken. What about my student loans? For a moment, I wavered. Then I remembered being 17, calling the university to beg for an extension while my aunt posted photos from Paris. Figure it out, I said. Like I did. I walked toward the door. My father called after me. You'll regret this. You're throwing away your family over money. I turned back. No, Dad. You threw away your daughter for money. I'm just the one who finally noticed. I left them scrambling to figure out which accounts I'd locked. What they didn't know yet was that I'd also filed a report with a forensic accountant friend who'd take a very close look at how family trust funds had been systematically drained for years. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Text after text. Threats. Please. Promises that this time would be different. I blocked every number. That evening, I got a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. It was my grandmother's lawyer. We need to talk, he said. About your grandmother's